Hello and welcome to our SportSide report here from Valefield Park, the home usually of Kilbirnie Ladeside. However, today it's the venue of the old firm, but it's not what you expect. Former players from Celtic and Rangers will play alongside their supporters in an all-star game. We'll be speaking to the retired professionals and those who are looking to make their mark in today's game, and we'll be asking them what this rivalry means to them.
The old firm greats, you know, and it's wonderful we can get 4 or 5 players from each side, Rangers and Celtic, to come out and play in little charity games. But I think it's even better when you see the faces of the people, the ordinary Rangers and Celtic punters that are playing today for the team that they love. You know, just putting that jersey on and playing against the opposition. It's wonderful to see, and I'm absolutely delighted. And I love just trying to talk them through the game. But most of the time they're not listening because they just want to go out there and play and score a goal and beat Celtic. That's what the Rangers boys will be thinking, and vice versa as well. So yeah, they're fantastic games, and it's good for the fans that come along and watch too. They're junior grounds that we'll play at, you know, so it's all good facilities, and that's important, you know, for the experienced old firm players themselves. That they come and play, and we're well looked after. Everybody's delighted to see the oldies. You know, when you see some of the top class players that are playing, the Bobby Pettis, you know, and Frank McGarvey's the manager, you know, myself, even Alec Gray, John McDonald, Marvin Andrews, you know, they were heroes to some of the people that are playing alongside them today, as well as the people that are going to watch. So all in all, it's an old firm game. It doesn't matter where you play an old firm game in the world. You play it on the moon, there will still be old firm fans there, you know, wanting to see the game and wanting to see their team win. Whether I'm playing or not, and whether I'm 64 years of age or not, it's Rangers against Celtic. Listen, if we were playing Celtic at Tiddlywinks, we'd want to win. That is the rivalry between the two of them. It doesn't matter what sport it is. If there's a green and white shirt and a blue shirt, you know, you always want to win these games. And you know, I'm fiercely competitive. Even though I've been out of the game for 30 years, I still want to win the game. Sorry, people saying it's only a charity game, a friendly. No, there's no friendlies when the old firm play. We want to win just as much as they want to beat us.
It's the same, it's an old firm game. It's not any different from a game played at Parkhead or Ibrox. It's the same. The guys go in with the same ferocity if they can, and if you're not very fit player on either team, you know, you're in for a tough day. I can't get beat today. If I go beat, you know, when I was a player and the Rangers beat Celtic, which wasn't very often when I played for Celtic, but you couldn't go out for a week or two. You couldn't go out. But if you won the game, you could go out and guys would be calling to scaffolds and buildings and all that and cheering. It was fantastic. But if you lost, well, it wasn't a very nice, Glasgow wasn't a very nice place, or the West of Scotland wasn't a nice place to stay. But that's football.
It's been great. It's been great. Obviously the fans out watching the game as well. Obviously they're mixed in amongst each other, and there's not been any trouble so far. It's always been friendly. So I think it's a great idea, bringing the fans and the ex-players and that together. It gives the fans an opportunity to play with some of their heroes. So it's good for us to play with them. It's good for them to play with us. It means everything. You grow up supporting it, supporting the last supported Rangers, other Celtic players will support Celtic. It doesn't matter what, if it's just for charity, you always want to win. So you get that bit of competitiveness back for 90 minutes, and it'll be no different today. Both teams will want to win. So it'll probably be a wee bit more feistier for the fans playing. It'll be a bit more competitive for them. But we'd go out and have a laugh and a joke, and once the whistle goes, we'll take it serious, and the best team on the day normally wins.
Yeah, it's probably the kind of difficult thing in these games. You know, you've got the ex-pros that you can understand and play with, and then throughout the game you have to kind of adapt to the non-players, or the non-pros rather, and you kind of suss that out quite quickly, you know, their strengths and weaknesses. So hopefully we can do that in the warm-up and get off to a good start. I think the guys enjoy the experience of meeting the ex-pros, you know, and from my side, or my point of view, it's good to see some old ex-colleagues, you know, Rudy Vata played with back in the 90s, so it's always good to see the old boys. Just an opportunity to meet up with old colleagues, you know. I think these games, you're a long time retired in football, you know. I retired at 35, so getting the opportunity to get the hoops back on and get out there against Rangers, you know, and play against guys that you used to play against and play with old teammates, it's always extra special.
The match itself certainly didn't lack goals, 11 to be exact. It was Celtic who came out on top in a 6-5 win over Rangers, thanks to Thomas Sheridan's late strike. we caught the post-match thoughts of Des Clark and Alex Ray.
I feel great that my team won. I don't know that I really contributed to it too much. Obviously, I'm just a football fan that got on the pitch, and it was great, and it was brilliant to play in front of a crowd that were so up for it, so enthusiastic, a great family atmosphere as well, and it was so competitive out there. A lot of ex-pros and keen amateurs, and you knew within a minute or two you were in for a game, and it was tight. We did well there to get the win at the end. Really, really good day all round. It felt like the derby match. It was properly Celtic Rangers, because you know you were having people in the crowds that were cheering for one team and the other, and you thought, God, I'm part of this. I don't know how I've got a game here, but the atmosphere was great, and anybody that's not been to one of these, I'd say to them, come along, bring your folks, bring your family, come along and support it. It's obviously for a great cause as well, but it feels real out there, because you're on there with professionals that have played for both teams, and what was great is there was such great banter between them, between the fans, between the players, the managers, and that was what was great as well. There was just a nice friendly atmosphere about it, and good game of football as well, and it was just nice to be a part of it. Do you know what, just being out there, it was amazing to watch it happen, because you always remember the chances that you had, and I missed an absolute sitter, which would have put us in the lead, and we were up at half time, then we were down, then we were back again, and it stayed 5 each for a long time. It actually got really nervy. And I was on the bench for a bit of that, and you could feel that for the crowd and for the different subs and the manager as well. So it stayed 5 each for what seemed like about nearly half an hour. And then obviously Tommy Sheridan steps up at the end and scores the winner, which he will never stop talking about. Can I just say that? He's already yapping away to everyone about it, but deservedly so. It was a real nervous game, it was tense, it was hard tackles, but it was fair. And in the end, just a win. But great game, really, really good day all round.
It was desperate to lose a goal like that to Tommy Sheridan, who was crossing the ball and it fell in at the back post. It was a nightmare, and you know, the boys put a lot of good shift in, but I think the guys that came along today really enjoyed it, and listen, everyone's had fun. That's the most important thing. You want to give everyone a game, you know, they've all come along to sample it and have a laugh with the boys. They're all in there getting pictures, and you know, it's really about the fans, really. It's not about us. We're just coming along to have a good kick about it, and try and get a wee kick at some of the old players, just to reminisce about the good old days. Well, it's interesting because they were talking, a couple of the guys were talking there, trying to kind of Mark Burchell. You know, he's still very sprightly, and when you're chasing him about, it becomes very difficult, particularly for guys that have never experienced that level of fitness. So there's a few of them kind of in there trying to catch their breath.
That's all from us in Kilbirnie. This fixture never disappoints. We hope you enjoyed the report, and be sure to check out more features and interviews on SportSide.